unable to press further, I fell silent, at which point several servants burst into the great hall and restrained me. She's a girl. She's my daughter. Mother, seemingly in mad daze, just repeat the same thing over and over. She was a girl! As Mother wailed, she wandered off somewhere. Father stood there in silence. Amy stared at me with disgust in her eyes. Well, fuck you. Still again. Jorge wasn't still in a panic, and Didier clenched his fists. Eventually started regaining my composure. It was when I realized I had made a mistake. My sickness had been made into a curse. I was once more caged in my room, but now with chains and padlock, symbolic, parallels with Morgana, I guess. Why not? Yeah. In addition to the door being locked from the outside, the windows were boarded over so no one could see in, leaving me in perpetual darkness. Well, it's not their fucking fault for not even bothering to visit you anymore at all. It's all y'all's fucking fault, honestly. The entire time Lydia just saying it was being sick, honestly, and like I'm assuming that every time that Michel actually talked to her, it was only just in that context of like, oh, I'm sick, when can I be let out? And then Lydia just stopped visiting, and then then you got surprised of how like different he looked. Oh my good god, it's all your fucking fault then. Yay. And that's why he boarded up all the windows in the house, I guess himself, honestly. Or maybe they boarded the house up themselves, honestly, and just did it again. I received no visitor except the servants, and again, none of them would look me in the eye. I'm assuming like way long after. Yeah, actually, like Giselle became a servant like way after them. Giselle left, right? He went to the Morgana mansion, I guess, like, and was there for over 10 years? Or, like, even if, like, she was a maid here, like, it wasn't her duty to handle that, and none of the other servants or anyone else talked about it. Huh. Oh, yay. Oh, this same music again. Oh, God. I received no visitor except the servants, and again, none of them would look me in the eye. Every day was the same. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. The only time the routine changes when, on occasion, a servant would arrive bearing a letter. It was my mother's handwriting in the parchment. We lived in the same house, yet she refused to show herself before me. I had no choice to respond to her letters. She demanded to speak like a girl, and I didn't have the strength to defy her. There was a constant sense of urgency to her letters, like she might fall apart completely any second. And so I did as she said. I signed each letter Michel, L.E., the female name she bestowed upon me at birth, which I so despised. Every time I used that name, I felt like I was denying my own identity. On paper, she expressed her concern for me. My concern only served to cause me more pain. So every time I took up my quill, my hands trembled. Mother, prayed daily that my curse might one day be broken. Am I cursed? Is that why my body changed? Was it not because I was male? There's nothing there. What does she mean by that? Nothing there, so it's not like, even like, I guess, neither of them? Neither genitals, I guess? Like a Barbie or Ken doll, okay. Why'd she look at me that way, the way she did? How am I an abomination? Why, I don't understand. Someone, anyone, please tell me. Someone, please! And if, like, every time you broached something in the letter, no one told you, and you were sent away from the house without anyone telling you, then, just that whole insecurity just laid into place then. So it was both, liberating for Giselle to, like, show you, like, all the things that she went through, but it was sort of a mixed bag for you trying to think on your end. I brought your supper. I'll be back shortly to retrieve your dishes. I'll be going then. Wait. What? Wait a minute. Yes? What do you need, Michel? Are you a man or a woman? Pardon? Which are you? I am exactly what I appear to be. Which are you, then? I'm a man? If that is all, I'll be going now. Clothes off. Oh god! Oh god! What? Take your clothes off right now. Everything, even your underclothes. Well, surely you jest, Michel. I'm very serious. I could not possibly... Why not? I could not expose myself. He ordered you to take off your clothes. You mean to humiliate me? I beg you, please reconsider. What are you? You're a servant of the Bollinger estate? And what am I? I'm a child of the Bollinger family. I may be locked up, imprisoned in this room. It doesn't make you any less my servant. Am I wrong? Clothes off. Michel, I ordered you to clothes off. Yay, uncomfortable situations all around. Not even the tiniest sliver of guilt rose in my conscience. I felt no shame what I was doing. I guess I'm part of, like, everyone treating you this way and just want to get some weight off your shoulders, I guess. Makes sense. It's understandable, I guess, in a sense. All that mattered to me was figuring out what Amy had meant. Wonder how long it's been since then, right here. I wanted to find the truth. Not knowing it would have been better off in the dark. His face was in humiliation. The servant undressed before me. The dim candlelight. The man's body is shaped almost like a rectangle. At a glance, he didn't appear much different than me. A second later, though, I found my answer. I found the one crucial thing he had that I didn't. Why? My lower body lacked that part that made a man a man. Can't tell either way, huh? Are you satisfied, Michel? It was then I finally learned what a man's body is supposed to look like. I'm begging you, please allow me to dress. It would be an unbearable shame to remain unclothed any longer. For the young Bollinger daughter. Daughter? You still insisted on calling me a damned girl. Look at these shoulders, my chest, listen to my voice. How can you possibly think of any of that belongs to a girl? How can you... But how you appear does not... Didn't you he just said, like, I am what I appear to be, just as well. Oh my fucking god. There's a distinct look of fear in the manservant's eyes. Not out of respect for a difference in rank, but out of disgust for his incomprehensible things standing there before him. Those trembling eyes, the reality dangling there before me, but the lid once more, that's the way to label it, off everything I had been holding back. Without that, he'd be no different than me. What? Everything else is all the same. So why does it make a difference? That you have one I don't. Michel? I am a man just like you. I'm no one's daughter. If you still insist we're not the same, I'll make you like me. Oh god, oh god! Without that, you're no different than me. It was a mix of dread and panic that pushed me over the edge. And started to keep myself afloat. I started to bring another pain. Please don't do this, Michel. In a blind frenzy, hardly even aware what I was doing, just riding the current of my erupting emotions. I swiped a knife off the tray the man had brought, knocked him down, and climbed on top of him. Oh, I was literally bringing up that thing before. Just out of nowhere, just from just in the moment from the whole thing with him bringing up with that manic, you're forced to wed that drunken minstrel, honestly. But looks like we're doing it to someone who doesn't exactly deserve it. Oh my fucking god! I'll get rid of it. I'll make you the same. Without it, you'll be just like me. Get off me, please! Someone help! I'll make you just like me! Get in here! Someone! Anyone! Michel! She's delirious! Through the fog of hysteria, I suddenly realized I was surrounded by several servants. Next thing I knew, I was on the floor beneath them. There was many, if not more of them than when I made the scene in the Great Hall. A dozen manservants stared down at me, their eyes filled with fear and revulsion. In the shadows beyond the crowd, I saw Mother looking in at me with vacant eyes. Well, it's all your fault. Fuck off. Mother. Mother, why? Why will you only speak to me through letters? Why do you say I'm cursed? Mother, I'm male. I'm always male. Tell me that I am, Mother. Let me out of here, please. I'm not delirious, man. It's perfectly clear. I'm normal. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not cursed. Mother, say something. Mother! And she never will. She never will accept. After that, I was shown my room again. Even if literally everything about you looks like a guy, honestly, but you don't have anything that actually distinguishes you between a man or a woman, like, that's apparently the breaking point, apparently, then, like, wow. After that, I was shown my room again. Even though the servants stopped coming, I was pushed and shoved and I pulled and I pounded with all my strength, but the doors and windows didn't budge. A day passed and another. No food or water, should fearing death was upon me. I had no miserable it was to go so long without water. My throat was dry and cracked. I felt like it was on fire, making breathing difficult. 2 days. 48 long hours. I felt like I was gonna lose my mind. After just 2 days, my skin stretched tight across my bones, looking hard and dry in the soft candlelight. Water. I need water. Someone, please give me water. Why won't anyone bring me any? Why? My family had abandoned me, or leaving me to die in this room. When I realized that, I broke into uncontrollable shaking. The helplessness threatened to suffocate me. Fear of death turned to panic, which only scrambled my already confused mind further. I grabbed a chair, swinging at the window, at the door. But all my attempts ended in crushing failure. Anyone! I clawed the door, begging for help. Someone, open the door! Anyone! Water. I need water. 1 drop, that's all I need. I'm gonna die in here. Someone. Anyone! Mother. Father. Dear. Jorge. Someone open the door, please. Help me. Someone. I need water. My throat hurts. It burns. I'm so weak. Someone. Water. Dear Jorge. Anyone! Not a single soul came to the door. With no food or water, the 3rd day came and went. Then the 4th. Jesus. Like, what changed that make everyone, like, go and all that? Oh my god. By that point, I was unexpectedly devoid of any sense of dignity, and I sat there, covered in all manner of human filth. And my body quickly wasted away. Still, I clung to the vain hope that someone would open that door. It was all I had. Occasionally I would hear footsteps. Whenever I did, I mustered up what meager strength I had left to bang in the door. Whoever's there, please, open the door. I'm begging you, someone. My pleas fell on deaf ears. Though they didn't respond to me, I hear the Abigails muttering to one another in the corridor. Do you hear that? Yes, I did. What was content Lady Michel? You say she was cursed. Maybe she sold her soul to the devil. How dreadful. Ah, that's probably the reason, I guess. That makes sense where it came from. Honestly, why everyone was thinking like that. Then why did it change a heart from like Michel's brothers? Actually, huh? We should stay away from that door. You don't want to be cursed too. Well, you're already cursed, and if you don't help. I am not cursed. I did not sell my soul to the devil. I'm kind of scared. I might have to find work somewhere else. Can make sure we stay away from that door. Why do you think I'm cursed? I never did anything wrong. I think Michel's lost her mind. She's deranged. I'm scared even thinking about her. I'm not deranged. My mind is perfectly fine. She's right crazy. She's right mad. No, I'm not. I'm perfectly normal. Oh. Well, they sound like giggling gossip now for no reason. Is that Morgana? Even though they haven't been to the mansion yet. Someone, please get me out of here. The 5th and then 6th day passed. By that point, I was hovering on death's brink, and not even the willpower to hold myself up against the door. As we lay on the cold floor, waiting for the end. Felt no sorrow, no anger, no despair, nothing. I'd been sucked completely dry. Couldn't even compose a coherent thought. Which is why when the door I had yearned so much to open actually did. Someone stood aside, sitting over me. I wasn't able to process it. My god, what a mess. Hey, are you still alive? Well, look at that. I was afraid you'd be dead. It was Amy's voice. Why the fuck do you care? I'm sorry, really. I didn't mean you much harm. After what you said in front of the whole family, I was a little upset. Yay. Couldn't tell what she was saying. I could hear her garbled sounds. All I could do was moan at her. The servants are all afraid of you now, after your little episode, so I volunteered to bring you your food in their place. Everyone was so grateful. I don't think anyone likes you anymore. Eventually, my muddy mind started managing to make sense of the things she was holding in her hands. A tray of food. What the fuck is your game? I could smell it from here. First, I just gave your food to a stray cat. I wish you could have seen it devouring every last bit. Water. Oh my fucking god! What I didn't know was that people can die in just a few days without water. Never intended to kill you. I just didn't know. So I'm really sorry about that. Water. But you're alive. For someone so physically weak, you sure are tenacious. Isn't that nice? You have one thing you can be proud of. Water. It mostly just sounds like almost like Morgana now in a sense. Jesus. What was that? Water? You want water? Oh, hold on. I got some right here. She picked up a goblet with her delicate fingers. My hand slipped weakly in the air trying to grab it. A grin spread across her lips, and then she let go. Go on, drink. Grab a knife, stab. I don't know. They wouldn't let a thing here. Even if you can't do anything. Oh my fucking god. You better hurry, or the rug will absorb it all. You wanted water, didn't you? Then drink. In that moment, I could hear the sound of the last of my dignity crumbling away. Driven solely by my survival instinct, I bent down toward the rug. I rested lips against the spreading puddle. Oh, you really did it! Wow, well, fuck you. This is too good, Michel. You look like a cat. No, cats are much more graceful. I can't stop laughing. The daughter of a prestigious family, the Bollingers, sucking water out of a carpet. I wish I had a painter here to capture this image on So you know, I accept that I made a mistake, Michel. I promise I'll bring you your food from now on. I'll take very good care of you. This is gonna be fun. Listen to her childish yet deeply malicious laughter. I understood. I was her plaything now. My hell was only just beginning. God. Having gotten food and water, my body recovered somewhat. I was hardly in peak condition. It would take time, kind of badly malnourished I had been. Amy continued to treat me like her pet, constantly stoking the flame of rage within me. But I was too weak to stay on my feet for so long, and talking hurt my throat. I assumed it was a calculated effort on her part to maintain power over me. Literally only just giving you enough food and enough water just to keep you alive, but nothing else. To keep me as miserable as possible. She always had a smirk on her face as she gazed down at me. Like this, the fucking I don't know why they put so much detail in her, her eyelashes here, and almost makes it reminds me of when just some mummies honestly have their eyes stitched up. Honestly, Jesus, come on, open up. I ain't gonna feed you myself. What's the matter? I can't put anything in with your mouth closed. Or do you want to start a death? I mean, why are you doing this? Why? Because it's fun, why else? You married this family, you sick wench. Because the idea you could treat me... Are you saying that because I'm married in, I'm less stature than you? That's true, I am. But what's your point? You think you can intimidate me with formalities? Amy? Hugh, I'd rather you not speak my name if you wouldn't mind. Just keep saying it, it's your title. That doesn't excuse your treatment of me. Someone, dear whore, will make you pay for this. You don't have a single friend here, Michel. No one to take your side. And no one to say a thing about me playing with you. Assuming you were somehow able to tell someone, no one will believe you. That's a lie. Do you have any idea what people say about you? They say you've gone mad. It's a whole situation where no one has to be on your side, so like honestly by this point, it's like, ugh, god fucking damn it. There's not even much you can do. They say you've gone mad. You sold your soul to the devil. Do you honestly believe anyone would trust you? I am not mad. I don't know, you look pretty mad to me. Fine, then I'll run away. I'll escape from this estate, and from you. You think you could survive in the world with that body? A stray cat could live more than you. You never find work. I give you a week at best. You can't be sure of that. I can make it on my own. Anything's better than here. Maybe, but either way, there's no way you're getting out. You try to run, some might just cut your legs off. Was that all necessary? Oh, cut your legs off. Oh, wow. What a way to put it. Don't ask me. Maybe your curse isn't broken. You know, you're lucky you're even allowed to live. What the fucking curse? Like, you're the one who fucking prolonging it by anything if you're gonna keep calling it that. You're gonna keep calling this cursable life then. You should be grateful for me for volunteering to take care of you. Nobody else want to have anything to do with it. If you want to keep living, you have to show me some respect. You have to do everything I tell you to. Understood? So this is the real you? You're just pretending to be respectable? In reality, not only are you sleeping with Didier, you're a downright vile woman. You've been putting on an act ever since you got here. Oh, you make it sound like I'm somehow worse than anyone else. Kind of, in a sense. I'm quite normal, thank you. How is this normal? Listen to me, Michel. The side of me you see right now isn't necessarily the whole thing. The sweet girl I am for the family is also me. That's just called another mask and facade. When I held you in my arms, that too was me. I'm not putting in an act. Liar. I'll tell the truth, I never actually liked you, so that part was a lie, yes. If Mother hadn't asked, I would never have even considered getting friendly with you. Amy? You know, life as a noble woman is so dull. So restrictive. No room for love at all. So can you really blame me? There just happened to be the most wonderful night right there for the taking. Why shouldn't I have gone after him? I'm still young, let me have some fun, you know? Like, women have much else in the way of recreation. So it wasn't Didier, but you seduced him. Now it would have worked out beautifully too, if you'd only kept your mouth shut. You ruined our family gathering and damaged our reputation. And you called me a whore. Well, at this point, even if, like, Michel dies, honestly, at least there's that effect, honestly, on you. So, wow, look at that. That wasn't very nice now, was it? Isn't he surprised I'm a little sore? You brought this on yourself, Michel. I brought this on myself? Don't you dare! Nothing justifies what you're doing to me. I thought I was Amy for a second. I'm not the disturbed one. You're a crazy whore, and don't you dare try to pretend otherwise, damn you! Oh my, such language. Not being very nice to me, Michel. Girls aren't supposed to talk like that, you know. I'm not a girl. Then what are you? I'm a man. A man with that body? Yay. Amy quickly rose. Grabbed me by the hair and shoved me to the floor. Let go of me. You call yourself a man? You can't even get out of a girl's grip because you're literally not feeding him? So, yeah, fuck you and your deranged cognitive dissonance or just lording over the people. Sorry about that alarm. Not all that strong either. In fact, I'd say I'm rather weak. Just a small, powerless girl. If you were a man, you would have no problem breaking free, malnourished or otherwise. But you can't. Get! She traced the lines of my emaciated ribs with her nails, traveling slowly, down my chest. But even ignoring that, you missed the most important part. Stop, get off me! I just shoved her aside with almost all the strength I could squeeze out of my arms. But as Amy said, I couldn't even overpower the girl. Again, malnourishment and parchness. What is a better word for just like being like absolutely just thirsty? All I could do was lie there beneath her and beg, "Get off me!" Groaning in anger and frustration. Yay. Her finger came to a stop just above my navel. Oh boy. She looked up at me with a sweet smile, then pulled her hand away. And just as the wave of relief spread through me, she shoved me back, jumped up, and slammed her foot between my legs. Oh god. I sure as the pain went up my spine. Amy looked down at me as I screamed. A smirk spread across her face. Oh my, does that hurt? That's a surprise. Wow, this is, great to read all entirely through. Even that board part, it still hurts. I'm pretty sure if anyone punched you down there too as well, I'm pretty sure it would still hurt anyway. Stop, please. She didn't stop stepping on me. I beg you, stop, please. She dug her toes into my flesh. What are you exactly, Michel? From the feel of it, you don't exactly have a proper girl parts either. Amy, please. On top of the physical pain, unbearable humiliation, and shame cored away my spirit. What a strange creature you are. Stop! If I could have died right then and there, honestly it would have been preferable to the emotional hell she's putting me through. You should take a look at yourself in the mirror, Michel. You're crying. Some little sad little girl. How much of a boy are you? And you lusted me with this body? Oh, this is where the flashback came in. Oh, okay, no wonder it was like a triggering flashback, honestly. God. And the painting too. Wait, oh my god, did Amy literally give that painting to like the mom, Liddy, and literally just send it through the mail? Oh my fucking dear god. Seriously, you're disgusting. Can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me. Jesus. Yeah, I guess you are right. Why would anyone have the gall to ever try to fall in love with you? After all this. Man, because again, like, it's pretty evident how I feel about certain things, but like, it's fine if you feel like you have to lie and manipulate your way in a tough world, honestly. That's completely fine, but like, I think we already passed the point of, you know, Amy, a woman in, like, this time period. Like, going, like, no, like, she way crossed the line already. There's all that. I mean, like, it's not gonna be any consolation for Michel, but, like, probably the one thing to maybe take a bit of solace in this, even if, yeah, like, this is gonna keep going on for way too long and is gonna be so torturous, is the fact that wow, Amy really fucking cared about what Michel had to say at the dinner party. The one thing, he didn't even talk much at all there, and that was enough to get under her skin. Wow, she so really cares to waste her own time like this. Wow. Doesn't even matter then. It's not any consolation because, again, I don't think it's ever gonna be good enough to go against the torture, honestly, but she cared so much about what Michel just said right there, basically just saying, oh, you're cheating my brother with my other brother, and apparently that was enough to damage her reputation, which she apparently really cares about. So much cares about to this point. Even if there's like a combination of she feels the need to torture him just because like, what was it? Like, in their words, like, they think he's an abomination, honestly. Which did have some time to like take a small break from the game. Like, think about it a bit more, and like, yeah, probably it definitely makes a lot more sense that Michel is intersex. Like, just in the sound of it, it actually would fit the theme, honestly, and almost everything about it. Because I don't think there's probably that many people in the world who are like that. I forget what the statistic is, actually, for how many people are born intersex, but it feels to me like it's a bit rare. What was it? Let's see. Oh, apparently being born intersex is really relatively rare, only to like 1 or 2% of the population. Wow. Yeah, then it's a blindside everyone back then. Like, man, it all makes sense why people like think he sold his soul to the devil, but it's just normal biology, which no one has pretty much seen before. It actually kind of fits a lot well with him. I guess the other like shorthand of like him, white hair, red eyes, albinism. Honestly, making a stand-in honestly for the I guess the legend or tales of vampirism. Honestly, sense of the sunlight and stuff like that. It actually is another good like illusion or stand-in for it. Actually, huh? Something that people are not used to seeing, and because of that, people think it's like insanely creepy or just like inhuman, that kind of thing. And again, like, even after all this going on, I'm wondering exactly how the brothers even like go back to even like what was the word are in good terms with Michel, like in some capacity, like just leaving him just to wither and just be locked away in his own room for who knows how long. What happens from here, from months and months of torturous abuse to don't worry, old big old brother of mine, we're gonna be good old friends, right? Like something big has to happen honestly for that, but like gosh dang it. Amy's abuse is not a one-time occurrence. As she promised, she can feed me every day. Mere scraps and crumbs and everything all small in between. But her arrival brought nothing but anguish and torture. Every day, she chipped away more of my spirit. But I hadn't succumbed to her yet. My anger still overpowered any fear I felt. About a week after Amy started caring for me. Have you been a good girl, Michel? I brought you your supper. I'll set it right here for you. What's the matter, Michel? Your food's right there. It's gonna get cold. Go on, eat. But no using your hands. Yeah. Crawl over and use your mouth. Come on, eat. Or would you rather I fed you? What was that? Do you have something to say? I can't understand a word you're saying, Michel. If you would eat, you would have no strength to talk. You... Huh? I'm going to kill you, Amy! That was, I believe, the first time in my life I felt a sincere, overpowering desire to end someone's life. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I wanted to see her dead. Pretty sure anyone would. With my hands and legs tied up, I lurched for her. Oh, wait, did she tie you up after that? Tied you after that? Or, like, were you tied up from the outset? I think she probably just tied you up, honestly, after everything that happened last time. Okay. I lurched for her, and like the dog she so wanted me to be, I chomped down her wrist. The taste of someone else's blood was far more unpleasant than I had expected. Not too much iron. Not enough minerals. I felt like I was gonna vomit. But I was determined to not let go of her wrist for any reason. I would gnaw through to the bone and rip her entire hand off. She would beat me unconscious and I still wouldn't let go. She would have killed me to get off of her. I wanted her to feel the same pain I felt when she trampled on me. Let go! My body never did what I wanted it to, though. Could swear my life I wouldn't release her arm. I never seemed to make it good on my determination. Amy's foot flew up into my emaciated gut. Well, it was that, then yeah. Again, weak, honestly, and all that, yeah. Yeah. That'll be enough, but yeah. Because that's probably gonna make things worse a bit. But it's still defiance. In any sense of the word. The pointed tip of her shoe dug into my flesh like a knife. And I collapsed to the floor in a fit of convulsions. And just as I was about to cough up a mouthful of stomach acid, she ran her foot into my abdomen a second time. She didn't even give me enough time to get to my feet, let alone fight back, before she kicked me again. again and again and again and again. Stop! My gut, my chest, my legs, my face. What's wrong with you? I wonder. Don't you get it? You're not the one in control here. You should be thanking me. Ah! What you did to me that day was incredibly hurtful. Wow, enough for all of this. Wow, I can't believe it. The words are so bad, it's physically painful to you. Wow, your pride has taken a big blow then. Wow, how fragile. Yet here I am bringing you your food. Can you not just see how kind-hearted I am? So why would you go and bite me? I thought you wanted us to be like a dog. You bitch. What possessed you to do such a thing? Gasping for breath, my consciousness slipping away from me, I caught a glimpse of Amy's eyes as she swung her leg back from her kick. And when I did, a single word rose to my mind. Demon. Isn't that something? Can't even stand up to a girl. Wow, that's the only... You don't have any new material. Wow, you're just repeating yourself over and over. Sounds like you're deluding yourself, too. I'm not that strong. I'm weak and frail. This is the first time I've ever kicked someone who's tied up. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Wow, you're really showing your strengths here. Really. Really much. Wow. Definitely. I have absolute control over you, Michel. You understand that now, right? You learned your lesson, didn't you? Not an ounce of strength remained within me. My tongue and cheeks were torn up. My mouth tasted of blood. Thinking herself weak and having no experience in the ways of physical violence, she knew no restraint. The ignorant can be so much more brutal and viciously relentless than the seasoned. My vision had gone red and I can hardly feel my own face. Wait, are you actually saying, like, you actually think that Amy, like, is not trying to purposely hurt you that much, but because of how weak you are and how unfed you are, she's actually trying to be gentle? Okay. Okay. There was a strange gurgling sound with every breath I took. Jeez, what am I gonna do about this hand? I don't know. Put makeup on or anything like that. You could cover up with long sleeves then, apparently. Just go on for the rest of the time until it's there. I hope it scars. It's like crazy. I hope you put some fucking peroxide on it and it burns you even more. Like lemons. Oh, I know. I'll tell everyone you finally lost it. Yeah. Who cares? I tried to bite my hand off. They all feel so bad for me. I can see the sad looks on Didier and Jorge's faces. Not. You know your brothers have completely given up on you, because they haven't even bothered to try at all, so of course they did. A deranged sister is nothing but trouble. Again, I like how, I'm assuming just in the sound that one, like, we got to look at that one conversation, then like, Michel, like, grew up, like, wanted to do more, boyish activities, honestly, and, like, like, his brothers, like, honestly knew about that fact, but, like, just kept putting on the role of, like, you're a sister, you're meant to do this and that, but now when it comes to actually, oh, grown up to be, like, a guy, honestly, because of the whole abomination thing, like, it's a weird cognitive dissonance maybe in their head, or, like, they literally just ignore every single conversation like that in their head, honestly, every single time. Doesn't even matter how respectful they're trying to be, honestly. Doesn't matter at all in the face of this. Like, wow. You know what you are, Michel? You're a demon child. Why was I the demon and not her? Because she's more people on her side, apparently. That's literally the only thing. It's scapegoating at its finest. Wee! Yeah, when are we gonna bring this back up again? Why did no one come to my aid? What was it? Just to paraphrase another game, honestly. If people knew how bad it was, why did no one come to save me? Yeah, that game is pretty controversial, honestly, but I like that line a lot. Several times I considered ending my life, but every time I did, memories of better days came back to me. Of the time before my body transformed. The days when we were all so sure of our happiness, and walking eggshells around your mom. kept me chained to life. Why couldn't things still be the way they had been then? In my heart, I hadn't changed at all. So how had things ended up like this? Oh, hi. Michel! Oh, Michel, are you in there? Oh, flashback, of course it is. I was doubting it. I was not even believing it for a second. Did you need something, Jorge? Oh, come on, don't be like that. Do I have to need something to talk to you? Yes, transactional apparently. No, but you look like you're in an unusually good mood, so I thought... Well, why wouldn't I be? It's a wonderfully gloomy day out. I don't understand if you're clear out, but can you really say it's wonderfully gloomy? That's rain for you. Rain is great. Well, as long as you're not walking or driving in, honestly. Well, I can't be outside for very long when it's not cloudy, so in our case, it's the perfect weather. Ah. What do you say we go for a little stroll while we can? Walk barrel straight into the fucking wilderness and get drenched all head to toe. He's around today too, so we can see if he's up for it. It'll be like old times. We've been running around like headless chickens lately, so we haven't had much of a chance to be for a sibling outing. We'll have Mom make us a lunch, and then... Oh, we'll take a couple horses up to the forest edge. I'm fine with that if you are. You bet your bum I am, I asked after all. Now come on, let's go. Man, several straight years and all in a single sick month, honestly. It all went down the drain. An outing, you say? Yippity yip! Hop on a couple horses and head for the forest. Haven't done this for a while, so I figured, why not? I see. Well, Michel is coming, I see no reason to say no. Let's set off right away. Whoa, whoa, slow down there. Are you saying you wouldn't go if it was just me? It's Michel or nothing? Of course, why not? Why on earth would I want to go horse riding alone with you? Man. Ah, the betrayal. Oh, it hurts so much. Wow. I'd rather drown myself. Le gasp! Le gasp, okay. Didier? Can I perhaps make a small request? Go on, let's hear it. Do you mind if I hold the horse's reins? Oh, that's all, by all means. I'll be there behind you to make sure nothing happens, so have at it. But do be warned, my horse is a bit temperamental. If you're not gentle, it'll start getting moody with you. I doubt that'll be a problem for you, though, Michel. I'll be careful. Wow, so much more simpler times. Wow. Hey, whoa, slow down, guys. Look at that, Michel. Jorge's still fumbling around all the way back there. Are we going a bit too fast? Faster! Go! No, you're fine. Now you're able to get past that so quickly is proof of your talent. Ah, so it was innate to nature. Wow, I see. Ah, finally caught up. This isn't a race, you know. Faster. Why can't we enjoy the scenery and indulge in some nice pathos? Pathos? What are you even talking about in this right here? A warrior and his horse need not a pathos. Isn't that right, Michel? It certainly is, Didier. Come on, you guys, be nice. This is my idea. You're really taking after old D, haven't you, Michel? I, for one, rather see you admiring flowers or dancing with butterflies or gazing out a beautiful sunset or enjoying poetry. Okay. More pathos, my dear sister, and let's barbarism. Long swords, suits of armor, and tales of heroic knights are... Oh. Long swords, suits of armor, and tales of heroic knights are so much more appealing, though. Wow. Literally, completely setting this in stone before even all that happened. Wow. The signs are all fucking there, you people. But you just don't care enough. It has to be normal. Normal, apparently. Status quo can never be changed or challenged in any shape, way, shape, or form. God. You let him get his claws in too deep, Michel. Oh dear, oh my, I'm gonna have two meathead siblings before I know it. What did you just call me? Now you two. Why don't we stop here for a picnic? Seconded, my stomach's been rumbling up a storm. I took a few bites earlier because I was about to die back there. I hope your horse throws you into a river. Catapult. Wow, look at all this. It's like nothing bad ever happens later on in the future. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Eh. Hey, so the other day I brought a cat home. What'd you name it? That's the first question. What'd you name it? Depending on the name, I will disown you even more. A cat? Yeah, it's speckled from head to tail and ugly as a witch's arse. Wow, immediately, wow. I was gonna keep him in my room, but Mom flipped him when she saw it. What? He's a filthy thing out of my house. I wish there was something we could do about how much a clean freak she is. Alright, stop. Alright, try not to stress Mother too much. You're unpredictable enough as it is. It would be nice, though, to have a cat, I mean. You think so? Then how about this? We'll keep it in the courtyard. I'll feed on days when it's clear, and you can do when it's cloudy, Michel. I don't know what cats eat, though. Food? I bet he'd like pastries. Okay. Do you want to kill the cursed thing? Cursed? Oh, I cannot approve of anyone taking care of an animal that thinks that's a good idea. Sorry. Oh, pull the stick out of your RSD. Well, it's all about experimentation. Wow, really, you say? Live and learn. Don't experiment on animals. Yeah, that's true, too. Well, if you're gonna be like that, then how about you help out, too? You keep an eye on us and make sure we don't do anything stupid. Now you're trying to drive me into this? Yeah. Do you want this to go and blow up in your face later? Already done. You're in. It's settled. Accomplices. Damn it, Jorge's. No, you just come up with a name. It better be a good fucking name. Have any ideas, Michel? What? You want me to name it? Not very often you get to give another living thing a name. Well, I guess you might have a few more chances down the road. Consider this practice. Oh. Something elegant and beautiful. You got this. Choose the exact opposite. Now, Jorge. Don't put so much pressure on her. Good point, though. It is a good opportunity. Don't stress too much about it, Michel. Just choose something you like. You said the cat was speckled and ugly? Yep, one look and you'd be laughing so hard you can't breathe. Alright then. Ugly Speckles. Nice. That's its name? No, it's saying you do not have a future in the arts, Michel. What the... okay then, you're just harping on so fucking thick then, apparently. Wow, fuck you all. But you said it was ugly and speckled, Jorge's. I did, yes. You could have tried a little harder than that, though. But, you know, why not? Ugly Speckles it is, then. I mean, like, something a bit more creative along those words, but it's simple and to the point. It's like calling an orange cat with black stripes Garfield, honestly. It's actually kind of charming when you say it out loud. Ugly Speckles. It's not that funny. It's quite something indeed. The more I think about it, the more I... Not you two, Didier. We should bring Ugly Speckles on our next outing. Sitting together beneath the clouds, having lunch. That we should. Michelle's gotten a little bigger. Let's do this again. The three of us and our ugly speckled cat. You said it. We're all good friends here, after all. Wow, friends. Never been your friend, though. God, must she always be such a jerk? None of it meant anything in the long run. Wow. They are all so focused on you just being a girl. Nothing else more. Step out of line and they'll immediately toss you to the curb. Wow. Didier, Jorge, was Amy telling the truth? Do you really think I'm nothing but trouble? Do you think I've lost my mind? It could also just be like like Amy's like downright lying to everyone else, but literally that again comes down to something similar to their own fucking fault if they're falling for her lying again, even though it was almost kind of fucking obvious that what was it to it makes it more sense, like it makes maybe a bit more sense to you believe it, but like Jorge, like unless he's a very much of a pushover, then oh my good god, then he just believed everything that Amy said, honestly, even though I mean she did cheat on him, so lying should be a thing to think about as well too. But yeah, like, it's honestly, like, no matter what they think it's a lie or not, it's still their fucking fault by this point. Like, if they do still care. But, they never bothered to actually visit or anything else like that. Never. Ever. Ever at all. It's all their fucking fault at all. Man, it's like the whole thing with him, the third door, honestly. Instead of, like, actually trying to, like, see or, like, continue things along, you just, like, let it happen, honestly. Like, instead of this, like, being a sort of thing where like, you tried everything you could do, and then by the very end, like, there's nothing you could do but wait, or just, like, let it pass by, like, just wait and see, honestly, to see if it changes. Like, you just didn't even bother trying at all. It's the same thing that happened with Jacopo, honestly. Wow, it could have been so easier just to have a single word with her. But, no. No. My emotions. No, they can't be broken, honestly, like that. Like, Jesus. Jesus. Do you think I've lost my mind? I'm a demon child? Dear Jorge, why do you not open this door for me and let me out? The things I said that day really so hideous? No. Top of my head, no, at all. They kind of deserved it. Do you resent me too? Like Amy? Dear Ray, how do you think about me now? This body really so unusual? If I hadn't undergone the transformation I did, would things still have been the way they were before? Like, if this was like a thing where, like, you weren't born into sex and actually just were trans, honestly, then, like, things would definitely still be the same unless you just want to live a lie for the rest of your life. Which, yeah, it's gonna be painful anyway. Would we be able to go out to that forest again and make silly, meaningless conversation? Everyone laughing like we had then? This body hadn't changed the way it did, would I not be trapped in this darkness? If that were the case, I don't want to be a girl. If God descended from the heaven and offered to change me back, I would have turned him down. Because inside, I wasn't a girl. And my nightmare in Amy's hands and end there either, because it's going to go on for long and months at a time. To this point that even if, like, in the present before Michel properly died, Jorge and like Didier were like on good terms still. Yeah, it's gonna be a long fucking time before I would even ever fucking trust them or forgive them, honestly. Just months and months of abuse, honestly, being locked away in the room and letting someone else who by this point was a fucking cheater, honestly, if like they really care about that, all this, and just let it all fucking happen. And if they don't even, like, what was it? It's either one thing of, like, literally they just don't care enough to realize that Amy is the one to, like, giving, like, Michelle food, and, like, they heard about it but just don't really even care. Or literally they just, like, don't even bother to know what's going on with Michelle to the point that, they still think, like, people are actually properly feeding her. Like, feeding him, sorry. Like, not, like, Amy's the one actually, like, they just still think all this, like, other servants, like, oh god, what was the word they used from, other, like, besides, like, just servants, like, another word, but, meh, I can't remember the top of my head, but, like, it was only just normal servants of the house just giving him food, honestly, and nothing else, not Amy taking a hold over the duties, honestly. Like, either way, even if they, like, know Amy's the one, like, giving Michelle food, honestly, or literally just the servants, either way, it's still their own fault, it's still their fucking fault, they're still to blame, honestly. Again. And again. Man. My nightmare at Amy's hands didn't end there either. As much as I loathed to admit it, I was terrified of her. Every day I dreaded the sound of the door opening. However, if I were to block the door off with furniture, I'd lose my only remaining lifeline. I had no choice in the matter. I mean, weren't you still tied from the sound of it, though? So, like, it would take a lot of, like, I guess, power, I guess, to even move furniture, but from the sound of it, I don't even know if that would you even be strong enough to actually push furniture to the door to completely block it off? It's time for supper, Michelle. I brought your favorite, parsnips. I It's like I don't even actually know what parsnips even are. Those like something similar to turnips, honestly. Well, the dogs didn't eat of them anyway. But you don't mind, do you? Must take a really big blow, honestly, that you're still doing all this, huh? I'm gonna cut your nails today, Michel, and have them bleed. Wow. I need you to stay very still. You won't want my hands to slip. To make sure you do, I'm tying you up. What, you like tie him up and like untie him before you leave or anything else? Like, what? This way you can't accidentally move. I'm pretty sure you could still move at all, but still. I'm just being a fucking contrarian dick. Here's your water, Michel. It's murky? Oh, heavens me. Must have fetched it from the wash basin by mistake. What, with fucking, like, actual soap in them? That's actually actual poison. It's supper time, Michel. I brought you parsnips again. Don't worry, the dogs didn't have any of these. They didn't seem to be interested in eating them raw. What, you don't want any? Then what am I gonna do with these? You know, Michel, you're just a disgrace. Cry for me, won't you? Beg for mercy. Look at you, all that pride. Gone out the window. It's hilarious, I tell you. She did everything imaginable to torture me, both physically and emotionally. The bigger and bigger the grudge, honestly. Again, like I mentioned, like, I think we should all agree there's at some point that I think there has to be, like, at least some lines that cross where maybe someone is better off not being in the world. To put it delicately. To be honest, it was rather impressive, in a sick way, how she was able to come up with so many different ways to torment me. And she knew precisely what caused me the most pain. My body, the discrepancy between what I was and what I felt I was. She delighted in telling me I wasn't male, and sometimes in showing me. I don't think I describe the things she did to me any more detail. Like, what? Everything I could think of only involves, I guess, either like I can't imagine anything that's worse than that, or like, oh god, does like she undress you, honestly, or anything like that. Oh dear fucking god. I can only think of only one way to keep myself from breaking down. I completely stopped talking, stopped struggling, and one day, after 6 months or so, she said with a disinterested sigh, I'm done. And that was the last of it. By swallowing my pride not resisting, I was able to escape from her grip. Once she was gone, the servants took over tending to me again. I was still in prison, but now there was a serenity to my solitude. I didn't speak with anyone. I didn't make eye contact. Okay, so like, what was it? I guess in that sense, since all she really wanted, like, literally was to like see you beg and grovel. Like, actually, the best word actually was literally just wait out the clock. Because again, yeah, if you're gonna be sucker anyway, make as unfun as possible. Yeah. I didn't do anything. I just lived. But even though I had peace, I still feared Amy having a change of heart. I trembled at the possibility that one day it might be her that opened the door. But above all, I hated, despised the fact I lived in such fear of a girl. An overwhelming self-loathing threatened to crush me. I had recurring nightmares of the things Amy had done to me. The wounds she gave me did not heal, they only grew worse, eating away at me day after day. I wonder if that's also part of the reason why you're reluctant to actually show, like, show off your body, honestly, besides just, like, being uncomfortable with yourself, but also, so many, wounds, I guess, too, but, like, I guess that's the whole thing, but, like, I guess it'd be another thing to add to the insecurity, then. I was beginning to lose confidence in my own sanity in the silent darkness, where there was no sense of time. The line between dream and reality blurred. I often found myself screaming, crying into the empty air. I clawed at my skin, pulled up my hair, paced back and forth across the room, pounded the door, yelling for help. Screamed some more. It was the very image of pitiful, absolute wretchedness. And every time I did, I'm sure there was someone on the other side of the door whispering about how poor Michelle had lost her mind. Eventually, I gave up entirely. It was a stormy night in my 16th year. I'd been confined for more than 2 years at that point. Solitary confinement is a fucking bitch. Yay. Like, I heard that's like definitely like one of the worst like tortures imaginable, at least for humans, because social animals. Heavy rain pounded against the windows like thousands of little spears. I was sitting quietly in my bed, unable to fall asleep, when suddenly there was a loud banging in the door. Michel, are you awake? If you aren't, hurry up and get awake. We got big trouble. Lower your damned voice. But why do you care? When I first heard my brother's voice for so long, I thought I was hallucinating. In 2 years, they never once come for me. No matter how hard I pounded the door, no matter how many times I called for them. For all that time, I didn't ever expect that to change. I had given up. Assumed they had long since cast me aside. Unable to bring myself to say anything, I simply stared at the door. And there's another bam, bam. The sound was half consumed by a crack of thunder, giving it an indescribably eerie quality. Please say something, Michel. Seriously, there's no time. Well, fuck off then. Apparently 2 years have gone by in absolute peace and now you fucking need something from him? Yeah, fuck off. You can hear us in there, can't you? You're there behind the door, aren't you? Come on, just one word, Michel. Is it really you, Didier and Jorge? For a moment, they seemed to be at a loss for words. Probably because they almost didn't recognize my voice. It was only a heartbeat. And then Didier spoke. There is a carriage waiting outside. I'm gonna lock the door so you can leave in it. Why? Because Dad's talking crazy. He's in the Bollinger family, there's no need for a demon child. That you're a mark of shame in our name. He's gonna have you executed. Jorge! Father wants me dead? I felt like the floor had fallen out from under me. Executed? Demon child? Mark of shame? So he was saying, didn't even deserve to live anymore? So, like, you cared enough, like, for, Michel to not be killed, but at the same time not cared enough to actually talk to, just leave in that situation. Okay, you fucking hypocrites. It's planned for tomorrow morning. We only just found out ourselves, which is why you prepared a way for me to escape. But why? Why? Do you even need to ask? Because we're family. The fucking family leaves us together in a prison for 2 years. Yay! Something terrible has gone into Father. I clench my teeth, fighting back a bitter, angry sigh. I can keep those emotions bottled up for long. A maelstrom of feelings I thought I lost my 2 years of imprisonment was swirled up inside me, spilling from my lips. Why? Why are you doing this now? If you really felt that way, then why'd you come sooner? 2 years I spent locked in this room. Do you have any idea how I felt in that time? Any idea how hard I had to fight to a door? I'm to try to call for your help. How hard I pounded the door begging to be set free. But never once did you come. Not even once. Michel. I scare you, don't I? I think I've gone insane. I lost my mind. I sold my soul to the devil, don't you? No, Michel, we don't. Then why? Why'd you come and set me free? Michel, we don't think you lost your mind at all. Okay, so there's another reason to block you from actually fucking setting foot in, even when no servants would be anywhere near the room, honestly. You can visit the fucking middle of the night, but no, that was too good. No, that was too bad for you. So you didn't want to see me then. You didn't want to face what I'd become. Tell me I'm wrong, Didier, Jorge. You left me here. Abandoned me for 2 whole years. Locked me away so you didn't get to see me. I'm sorry, I'm just, really busy with my art. I'll blow up your ass. I've been getting a ton of commissions down at the court, and Didier's a knight now, So he's up to his next expeditions. Okay, even if he's, out has to take, actual, work trips, honestly. Wow, Jorge, I can't believe it. You're so busy in making art and commissions, you can't spend a single like minute or so just to talk. Honestly, you're just to visit for a bit before going right back to your work. I didn't realize that taking breaks, like honestly from work, honestly, would be such a big trouble to you, at all. Wow, wowee. I'm really sorry. As am I. I cannot say that you're wrong. After what happened, I wasn't sure I was supposed to act around you. Still not sure even now. I knew I had to find a time to collect myself. For over several straight years. But I kept putting it off. Vainly hoping that time would take care of it all. And for that I owe you an apology. But you need to understand, I do not agree with Father's decision. I do not want to lose you. I don't think you're a demon child. And Horace feels the same. Neither of us want to see you dead. What he said, Michel. There's not much time. We need to get you out of here. I bit down hard on my lower lip, hard enough to draw blood. It was that, or start sobbing. Too late for that. Michel, if you don't get out of here, you're gonna be killed. If I'm not an angel sent from heaven or demon child, then what am I? What on earth am I? What are you? You're... let's see it, you fucks. You're a Bollinger. You're our family. And that's all there is to it. I pray you can forgive me for averting my eyes for so long. It's gonna take even longer than 2 years. Can I trust you? Can I trust that even if the whole world has been cursed, you'll always be my side? You'll always be my brothers? Can I put my trust in you once more? Didier? Jorge? You absolutely can, Michel. I swear to God on high. And I swear to the God of art. Michel. I had no other choice, do I? I couldn't talk Father out of it, could I? I would rather you didn't try. He's not a man to change his mind. If you show up before him, he'll likely draw a sword on you himself. It would destroy Mother. I'm sorry, we're not doing this only for you. Okay, I'll go. Oh, thank goodness. The carriage will take you to a mansion, Michel. It's a property Father purchased some time ago, but due to rumors of the house, it's abandoned. No one wants to buy it from either. That's unlikely to change. It's the ideal place to keep you out of sight. What kinds of rumors? Well, no point keeping it a secret. He has the right to know. They say a witch lives there. A witch? I think it's all just made up, personally. I went to check the place out, and there was no one there. It was a little dreary, to be sure. I had hoped to have a better place arranged for you, but there wasn't enough time. This is only temporary, Michel. For over 10 other years, then still. I cannot say how long it will be. Father will pass away eventually, after decades. When he does, Jorge will inherit the estate. And that will mean you can return. So I ask that you hold on until that time. Man. So, like, I'm assuming we're never gonna find out what happened with them, Didi and Jorge's after that, honestly. From the sound of it. At all. Wow. And what happened after the whole, letter debacle. So I ask that you hold on until that time. If I don't leave, I'm gonna be executed. So send me anywhere, I won't complain. I'm glad to hear you say that. I'll talk to Father and sure he does not suspect anything. We'll make this work, don't you worry. The long and short of it is, Dad said he wants you erased in the family. Jorge! Sorry. I wasn't trying to be mean. But anywho, once I take over, we're in the clear. You'll be acknowledged as a Bollinger. I see. Okay then. Can I open the door now? Just a minute. But you're still not ready. I don't have any clothing. Oh, right. You wouldn't. Huh. Yeah, fuck off. How tall are you now, Michel? Around the same height as you, I think. You're taller than me? Damn. Alright, I'll bring you some of my clothes. Thank you. Wow, I don't think I ever heard you say think about putting up a fight, Michel. That's not true, I don't think. I'll be back soon. Get what you need together. Alright. So still, after all this time, I still wouldn't fucking forgive after all that. It's gonna be a while, honestly. Man. Sitting in the carriage waiting outside, listening to the pitter-patter of the rain, I gazed out at my two brothers. I hadn't seen them in 2 years, but they hardly looked any different than how I remembered them. Wow, they hardly changed at all, then did they? I was the only one who had changed, and dramatically at that. Looking at them, I couldn't help but remember the old days. Playing chess with Didier and learning to draw from Jorge. Our sibling outings. However, the ominous sound of thunder crashed in the distance drowned out those memories. Mentioned several days travel from here. Man, I wonder if we could just leave him a letter, Didier or Jorge, honestly, about him. Oh yeah, this one girl tortured me, honestly, and emaciated me for who knows how long. Yeah. Just to give another blow to her, honestly. The mention is several days travel from here. Hopefully the carriage isn't too uncomfortable. I'll send a package with any supplies you need once a month. Food, clothing, and something to pass the time. And, again, what the fuck was it with the painting then? Again? Is there anything you want, Michel? Just tell me. Now, or you can have a servant pass a message on to me. I can't think of... Actually, wait, I can't think of one thing. I would like a chess set. Alright, I'll have one made. I'd rather have yours, Didier. Would that be possible? Are you sure you want that beaten old thing? Yes, I want that one. Alright then, I'll include it in the first delivery. I'll send you something too, Michel. Anything you want, just tell me. In that case, I would like some art tools. I'm nowhere near as much of an artist as you are, Jorge, so they don't have to be anything special. Gotcha. So, some canvas and, ooh, how about some charcoal? When you're back, I want to see what you made with it, okay? Okay. I know this is already hard enough on you as it is, Michel, but I need to ask you to do something for me. Avoid making contact with anyone who doesn't already know about you. So I can't talk to anybody but the servants. Put simply, yes. Tomorrow the world will still consider you dead. So we cannot have people finding out you're actually alive. Especially Father. Please, do this for me. I've been doing that for 2 years already. I've long since lost interest in talking with anybody, so don't need to ask me to keep to yourself. Right. Does anyone else know I'm alive? Yes, Mother knows. In fact, this was her idea. It was. Oh, yay! And then I'm just a fact of him just saying, oh, yes, I am a man who wasn't nuts to, like, forfeit the entirety of, honestly, everything, honestly. Nothing else. Nothing else. And she never wants to see you in person ever again anyway. She loves you, Michel. She really does. To the point of later on, like, saying, oh, I'm a fucking man and that was enough to kill him? Yeah, fucking, yeah, no. Only, like, loves the idea of quote-unquote her, honestly. Yeah. Mom just, you know, is having a little trouble facing the truth. That's putting it mildly. So even though she's not here to send you off, I guarantee she doesn't want to see you dead. For now. She wants to have you in her life again. I expect Mother will be writing you. So please, take the time to write her back. She's a troubled woman, but her love for you is true and unwavering. Will you do that? Just a quick little, hey, got your letter, doing great. Slice. Alright. Just so you know, it kills me indeed that we can't send to Dad. As long as he lives, his word is God in this house. Order assassination! I understand that, yes. Well, you never know. He could be gone quicker than you expect. Another wait and see for another fucking decade, yay! A week from now and bam, he's dead as D's social life. Is there not an ounce of respect in your body? Oh, give me a break. I'm upset. He's gone way too far. And once he's dragged his arse off to the great beyond, anything goes. Surprise! Michel was alive. Yeah, I suppose. Until then, we'll take care of things here. Tomorrow's gonna be the promise of our lives. Yeah, it's gonna be just literally, it's gonna be years of pretending. Oh wow, Michel is dead. Sad, crying. For years on end and nothing else. And years of nothing else happening. Get God. Probably like a couple big babies and laughing our tails off inside. You'll forgive me if I have trouble trusting that loose tongue of yours. Psst, I'm not stupid, I know this is important. Not even Amy will suspect a thing. Amy. Yeah, not even she can know. It's gonna crush her, I'm sure. The less people know, the better. Oh, was it actually like, are you literally gonna say that I'm, oh. Fucking, wait, why the fuck is Amy still around, actually, to this point? I guess it makes sense that they're like almost half a year she'd still be around, but like, oh my dear god. Oh. Actually, no, that makes a lot more sense. Was Amy the one who actually read the fucking letter, actually? Like, like, she caught wind of, like, the letter, like, sending out. And then yeah, send those group of people out there just to kill them. Just to kill Michel, yay. God. When Horace said her name, my whole body went shamefully cold. It's been a year and a half since the hell she put me through, but every last detail of it remained carved in my mind and body. There's no way she would even be slightly sad about my death. She might act it, but she would almost certainly be elated by the news. It seemed Horace still yet to see what lay beneath that woman's mask. I know you two were close. The fuck off. Huh? Are you worried about how much this will affect her? What? She cared for you about 6 months, didn't she? When you wouldn't let the servants in. What? For all I hear, you got real close to dying in there. You wouldn't even eat unless she was there. Who the hell told you that? What? Is that not what happened? Did something happen to you two, Michel? Amy didn't do a damn... Never mind. I can't tell them. That's probably the reason why I led to your death, honestly. I can't put what I went through into words. Only worse than my shame. Especially not for my brothers. How are things between you and Amy? Literally just pushing it down, like, fuck off already. Like, fucking, like, put it all on the fucking table then. Jesus. You still letting what happened 2 years ago get to you? Well, I mean, at the time, things are a total disaster. I'm all excited about getting myself a pretty little life, only to find out she's rocking the boat with someone else. I cried for weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry. Deep down, though, she ain't actually a bad girl. If only I could just pass this giant middle finger through the fucking screen right now. Just press it straight through. And right into his fucking face. She's young and kids make mistakes. Mistakes for over 6 months? Ah, I see. I see. If people make the same mistakes, honestly, for an extended period of time, I guess they really were just mistakes. I see. I see. After it all came out, she turned over a new leaf. Wow, the leaf must have been pretty fucking dead. She started doting on me something serious, and, well, it's hard not to let one little mistake like that go when she tried to make up with me. The age excuse doesn't work for D, though. For about a year, things were really rough between us. I didn't even want to look at him. At the end of the day, we're family. We can get past anything. Besides, because you let the cat out of the bag, that gave me something to hold over D. All things considered, I'm not complaining. So, you would say you're happy then, Jorge? Sure would, yep. Believe it or not, I'm kinda head over heels for her. Like, dude, like, don't fucking do this, honestly. Like, again, it's one of those things, like, sometimes lying is better than actual truth, but, like, not in this case, not in this fucking case. Literally, again, like, literally, just, she cheated, and then she literally just tried to fucking torture you for over half a year. And like literally I'm almost like starved you to death. What the fuck you mean? Like I'm oh, she's a saint to anyone else though besides me. You deserve that with her. You deserve her, honestly. You deserve her. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Stop. Hard not to like a girl like Amy. Oh, I see. Do you really feel that bad about 2 years ago? You still keep the good girl facade around Jorge and Didier. So why are you like literally decide to keep the facade up for over like a decade, honestly? Make another giant fucking blow to her, honestly. If you really like you really were like you're mad at her for all that time, honestly. You said your anger was actually the thing that kept you over from the fear. So why are you now just like swap them around, honestly? Literally just because respect, honestly, to help your brothers, honestly, but like you could still fucking do that by sending a letter, like saying this in fucking person. Oh my fucking god, stop. No one else knows she's actually a sadistic, cackling demon. There's nothing less trustworthy in the world than a woman who's always smiling. Yeah, if I see someone who's like that, like I'm a happy-go-lucky probably all the time, like all the time, yeah, it'd be very more disconcerting, honestly. Learned that lesson, for quite a while. But Jorge thinks he's happy. I can't take that away from him. Michel? Oh, right. Yes, I do feel guilty by the way I lost control of my emotions to get out on you guys. I feel so guilty. So guilty. Laying it on really thick here. So guilty. It happens to everyone. But you could stand to do a little more shouting and fussing. Wow, look, it's a perfect inn. Then you could. Because I've undeveloped social skills. You heard that? You got one hell of a nasty streak, huh, D? Ugh. Glad to hear you're still on good terms. It was my intention to pit the two of you against each other. That part, maybe. You know, the blame falls on my shoulders. I want you to know something, Michel. Now, your transformation was too much for mother and father to accept. That time and everything will go back to the way it was before, just like it did for myself and Jorge. None of this is your fault. It was all unfortunate timing. God's a little bit of a jerk too. Like, what, to fucking let this happen? I don't, like, again, like, I don't fucking buy that at all. Again, the whole thing of like, oh, we'll put this person on the plan just to give everyone else a test. You all failed, apparently. Just let this person have all the suffering in the world, apparently. Yeah, I don't buy that for a second, okay? Man. Try not to forget I am a knight, Jorge. In time. In time. Speaking of which, we don't have much time left. Wait, you're not a knight? Did you actually went on your fucking expeditions or not, then? I'm gonna tell the coachman to set off, okay? Didier? Yes? Tell me the truth. Will three of us ever meet again? Why would you ever ask that? Of course we will. Not a chance of letting this be our last family get-together, and not visit in over years, yay! One last question, then. Yes? Am I your brother? Well, I mean, look at ya. I don't like much. You don't look like much of a sister to me. So yeah, I'd say you are. I see. So long then. What are you gonna say, Didier? What were you gonna fucking say there? Farewell. You're not gonna say anything? Okay then. And may good health bless you until we meet again. Until then, Michel. Farewell. Yeah, you don't fucking say anything about that, okay, fucking Didier? Okay, fine then. Jeez. It's still fucking set in your brain then, apparently. Before seeing me out for good, they both gave me strong, firm hugs. Didier first, then Jorge. The warmth I felt in their arms, my family's arms, slowly spread through my chilled body, which made it that much difficult to part ways. The wheels of the carriage rattled against the wet, stone-paved road. I stuck my head out the window, watching as they shrunk into the distance. Standing there in the rain until they were completely out of view, a tightness filled my breast. Every glimmer of hope I had for my new life was matched by my equal degree of darkness and uncertainty. Would I ever make it back home? And if I did, would people still call me a demon child? Having to write mother was another uncomfortable weight on my soul. The thought I had to play a girl for her made me sick. Or I had to act like it would be nothing. But it wasn't that easy. It was more than mere pretend. Yay. Didier said that with time things would change. Yeah, you would fucking be emotionless to allow it to easily for the world to easily come to you, but have be a bigger scar on your psyche. Yay. But how could he be certain that those changes would be for the better? The wooden wheels turned, carrying me away to that cursed mansion. And so history went on for another decade, with practically nothing happening until death. Man. The next thing I know, I'm sinking to a vast void. Darkness cuffs my hands and legs, restricting my movement. Images of the past I kept buried away for so long stream past me. This isn't how I wanted it to happen. Not coming from my own mouth, but being laid bare for all to see without my consent. That wasn't how I wanted her to find out about my secret, but my shameful history. Again, I'm pretty sure that wasn't fucking Giselle, honestly, okay? Okay? Like, we already seen firsthand in oh look, illusion of Giselle, a fucking clone, a doppelganger right there. I warned you, my dear. I told you didn't want to reclaim your old self. If you simply let it be, you wouldn't be here now, forced to relive it all. Now do you understand? The tale I spun beyond the fourth door was much for you as it was for her. There you were, a young man with a sad fate. But you met a wonderful woman, fell in love with her, and then died in the arms of tragedy. The sequence of events is not far from the truth. I was able to turn it into something enchanting and beautiful. I got rid of all the nasty little details. Your ugliness, your body troubles, all that. Does it seem a bit unfair, Michel? You tore down the walls around Giselle's heart, around her past, but you wanted to keep your own nice and safe and hidden away. She's every right to be upset. You were afraid she would accept you, were you not? Well, that was kind of obvious. That's precisely what happened. But can you honestly blame her? The truth kept hidden away is something most would be able to accept. The prince who came riding in to save her. Silence! Wasn't actually a man. Just please, enough. I've seen enough. Let it stay buried, please. Just stop this. I don't want to see it. I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, it's literally just like again, like a whole thing of like the villain, I guess, trying to rub it in. Of like like actually like going against what was like what was it, like, I guess, pronoun, like, I guess, characters' pronouns and stuff like that, just driving it, honestly. Although, what was it? Again, I think I said, like, my sister, like, has been reading a lot more, like, stories and even fanfics with, like, trans characters. Like, there was, like, a weird fucking trend, apparently, of, like, I guess, maybe, like, a humiliation kink, I guess, where, villains literally just try to prove, like, the character is not who they say they are now, and say, you're not a man or a woman, and just like forcefully stretch them down honestly and do that. Like, apparently there's so much a lot of that it actually kind of really just upset her. It actually really annoyed her as well. Like, my god, like, Jesus. What a sad little creature you are, my dear. Not a woman in this world would have any interest in you now. You've surrounded yourself with layer upon layer of walls, covered yourself with this patchwork, barely held together quilted masks. It's the only thing keeping you together. You're the frailest one of all, the weakest. About time you accepted that and stopped trying to fight it. I'm not weak. Oh, is that so? Let's proceed with the tale then, shall we? Oh, there's fucking more. Are you gonna say this behind the scenes stuff then? Face the one you hate most in the world. Yourself. Oh boy, it's that. Your weakness, your ugliness. Face it in despair. Oh boy, there's a clone of me right in front of me now. No. Looking to a mirror. You're ugly, but I'm beautiful. You're ugly, even though you look exactly like me. You're ugly, but I'm beautiful. Was like a whole thing of like in a span of seconds, honestly, about you just reliving all your insecurities and what was that, I guess, trauma all in a split second, honestly. That's technically, that's called intrusive thoughts, you know. No, don't. Once again, my own desires, my own wishes are completely irrelevant. The past sprawls out before me once more, and the witch is exactly right. I despise the man I was then, teeming with vain hope and foolish dreams. I'd rather pretend that part of me never existed, but I have no choice. I'm dragged back into the life I once lived. My pleas for mercy fading into dark nothingness. Oh yay, time for more DLC of Trauma Time. Yay. Oh, we're still going on. I guess is it leading up? Like, did we already had like the is it gonna be the lead up until Giselle gets there? Like literally just how he handled just being by himself for a while, or just I guess more the letters that they sent back and forth. I guess might be that. Oh yeah, I will say that like it's definitely very interesting to have like like an intersex character. Like it's actually very interesting. You don't really see that too often. I mean, what was it? I read one like fanfic where like a side character was intersex, and it's mostly just a subtle arc for them to figure out how they should like how they what is the word? Accept it as a part of themselves. It's like very subtle, it's mostly just on them to figure it out or how to approach it. But it's actually really nice to see. Man, I wonder how many different ways you can like make like stories along with those kind of characters. We long since left paved roads behind. The carriage rocked back and forth, proceeded down the rough dirt path. For hours, I stared through the windows as unfamiliar scenery flowed past. Eventually, a fog settled over the area, making it difficult to discern night from day. I wonder if like the mansion's curse actually was still all put in place, and literally did it literally just start like when what was it? Michel like found out about the I guess more of the curse, the legend of Morgana, honestly, and I don't know, fucking awakened the other devil, and I guess that you're gonna want to use the terminology again. And cause that, or like the house is always just going back and forth over and over the countryside, like all over the world, honestly, and even inside at other places in the universe, in outer space, on that one planet with that one alien, that sci-fi adventure. And this time, those aliens are now getting the worst time of their lives over there with this same house, this one weird Victorian-style house which no one else knows what the fuck that kind of architecture looks like. Wow, the house and mansion is going everywhere in the entire known universe, and even dimensions. Another timelines, God. God. We made our way through dark, dense woods. And beyond them, like the world fading into view after a dream, a mansion appeared before us. All the windows were either shuttered or boarded, encasing the house in darkness. In a way, I felt like all I had done was move from one prison to a much larger one. I guess in a way it'd be a bit more comfortable than just a one cramped room, but I guess, yeah, it literally just is. Briefly, I thought they had possibly even been sealed to keep anyone from seeing me inside, but my coming here was a very recent development. More likely, then, the house had been in its condition when it was initially purchased. It's gonna be a fucking process to actually make it look better than it was. Like, that's the thing. Redecorate, and then the house looks better, and it becomes more of a fly trap, honestly. It brings more fucking people into the curse upon them. Make the house look prettier for yourself and prettier for anyone else to be fucking sucked in, to be drawn in like honeys with a fly. Quite the piece of property my father had found himself with. I wondered if he had been swindled by its previous owner. I need to get this curse in my hands, just wipe it off my hands and get it to some other noble who would want it. Yes, thank God it's not my problem to deal with anymore. And just gone by the wind. It was a gloomy and uninviting place, but didn't appear to be in disrepair. The coachman left my luggage outside the door, gave me an empty farewell, and then went on his way. I was entirely alone now. Wonder how long it takes until I guess I'm, unless there's already, like, that one guard who's, like, in a small house nearby to watch over. Like, that was a recent development? Or literally, they already, like, have someone there to help keep watch over Michel, honestly. Which, again, feels a bit condescending, honestly. A tiny bit, yes. I spent some time just staring out at the forest, but naturally, there was nothing of interest to be found there. Did you even decide to walk inside there to see if there's anything interesting? There could be a nice waterfall with a treasure behind it, like those games. Which don't exist yet, apparently. So I quickly turned around and opened the door to the mansion. You don't want to take a good old merry stroll to nature? It's certainly dark. I could barely even see my own feet. Briefly, I considered trying to unshutter a window or two, but ended up deciding against it. The less inviting the place looked, the easier it would be for me to avoid contact with the outside world, as Didier had recommended. Standing there in the darkness for several minutes, my eyes gradually grew accustomed to the lack of light. While it was hardly ideal, it was sufficient to take a look around the house. The inside didn't seem to have received the same level of care as the outside. Everything was dusty and the air was many years stale. But I wasn't in a cleaning mood. The dust, like, infected, like, the spores go down my throat and just cough me and choke me from the inside out. I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it. So I dug through my luggage for a bundle of candles, lighting one with a flint. Stained glass window. Oh yeah, you wandered into there. Hey. Ayo. Examining the large room I found myself in, I came across a stained glass window depicting an angel. The archangel, to whom I had been named, looked solemnly down upon me. Wow. Ironic, quite the joke. 2 columns of evenly spaced pews ran along the length of the room, all facing the multicolored window. I saw the candlestick on a podium of some sort, which then I realized... This is the chapel. A flat length of silver, bent in the middle, was mounted to the pulpit's face. When I saw it, I knew exactly what it used to be. A cross. The pews are facing the stained glass, with a cross. Why, though? It felt as though the mansion had been built up around the chapel, rather than the opposite. I was perplexed as to why anyone would do that. But of course, there was no one around to save my curiosity. Taking the candlestick back in hand, I made my way back beyond the pulpit. There sat a small metal door. I pressed one hand against the cool surface, and my heart leapt. It was abnormally cold. But the door itself seemed perfectly normal. An inexplicable anxiety spread through me. It was a very unusual sensation. Walk inside there, and your intrusive thoughts known as Morgana start appearing in your brain, honestly. Because again, it literally that whole thing works as well as something talking in your brain as well. A demon trying to make you do some certain things, to, like, relive past trauma. Like, it literally works both as supernatural and both like a normal literal message, honestly. You just keep, like, punishing yourself in a sense. Because you feel like you're not getting better or anything like that. Like, I definitely written a story or two about that. Maybe I'll talk about later. My instincts told me I should stay far away, and my heart told me it was my duty to see what lay beyond. What am I gonna find back there? Or rather, up there, stairs. After a few moments' hesitation, I decided to act in opposition to my instincts. And then all hell broke loose from heaven down below, apparently. It's making it sound like you made just made a beeline from the front door, finally arrived in the mansion to the chapel, then walking straight up into the staircase. It's like just barreling on into it, like heat-seeking missile, honestly. Like that was your set purpose and mission, apparently. I was looking at a long spiral staircase. The wooden stairs stretched so high I couldn't tell where they ended. An observation tower, perhaps? I wonder if it's not just me, but like the music for this segment, like for like every time this comes up, this music comes up. Literally, it's so louder than anything else in the game, music or like atmosphere-wise, that I try my best to like lower it down. Like when it comes to the like actually listening to the video, like I hope it's not like it's not that bad or just maybe a bit noticeable. Like, but geez, like it's very loud for me, like louder than anything else in the game. It's sometimes a bit annoying. After being pushed forward by some inhuman force, I mounted the staircase. By the third or fourth loop, a sought light began peeking to the tower through regularly spaced rectangular openings in the stone walls. Through one such window, I gazed outside, and far in the distance, beyond the seemingly endless ocean of trees, I saw a small village. Nowhere I'm ever gonna go. So many stairs. It's been quite some time since I exerted myself this much. I mean, you could just take breaks and sit on the stairs as well, you know. I hardly had any opportunity locked away in my chambers. You could do jumping jacks, other exercise. With every step I took, I could hear my joints creaking, my muscles screaming. I was long since out of my breath, only staying upright with the help of the wall. Ugh. This is pitiful, damn it. It's gonna be a while before I get strength back. But turning back never occurred to me. I had to keep climbing. I had to make it stop. I had to punish myself by bringing back bringing a witch back and letting her fester my thoughts, apparently. And it was that feeling necessity that pushed my exhausted body upward. By the time I reached the top, I was practically gasping for air. Sweat streamed down from my forehead. I wiped it aside, turning my gaze toward yet another door. But unlike the first, what on earth? A tango rope covered the surface. Layers upon layers of it makes the tent abundantly clear. Nothing shall come in or out. It looked like it had been put there recently either, as much of it was rotten through. I like how like you took a look around the entire place, Jorge, but you didn't notice this one fucking tower with a locked off roped door? Yeah. You didn't notice a single thing, did you? Wow. Out of curiosity, I grabbed at the coil and yanked. The rope snapped in several places, chunks falling limply to the floor. That wasn't enough to allow the door to open, though. People only steal doors like this for a reason. For curses, and, I don't know, stuff laying inside, honestly. Treasure, the corpses, or whatever else. Largely because they didn't want, or couldn't allow others to see what hid behind them. Like, what they did to me. For a few moments, I felt as though I was looking down at myself from outside my body. That's called astral projecting. If it hadn't been this man, and someone else standing there, would they have turned back at the sight of the sealed-up door, acting as though nothing was there? Or would they have done as I did? I ground my teeth, mixed with annoyance and bitterness rushing through me. Of course, the fucking Jorge did actually fucking notice the door, honestly. Didn't even fucking bother opening the door anyway. You can't open that door, it's too symbolically representative to my brother. Oh, I can't do that, even though I'm about to open the door when I get back home anyway and help him. Okay, then, fuck off. But I did not hesitate. I held the flame of the candle up to the wall rope, careful to set the whole thing ablaze, and slowly, carefully, burning through them one by one. It was repetitive and time-consuming, but I persisted, wiping away sheets of sweat before it streamed into my eyes. The sun was well on its way down before I finally managed to expose the door. I took a deep breath, looked up at it, and gulped. There's something indescribably chilling about the door. And then, I pushed it open. And all hell broke loose. It's Pandora's door. A barely noticeable breeze brushed past me. A single ray of sunlight shone into the room, coming from a single window sitting high atop the wall. It cast a milky white patch of light on the hard floor, revealing the fact that I was not alone. In spirit? The rumors say a witch lives in the mansion. There, I saw, in this cursed house, a skeleton with only one arm. Wait, did they fucking steal? Like, they actually stole, like, the arm from her? I can't remember if that actually happened or not, but, like, man, that's fucking screwed up. A cursed mansion for a cursed man. It was like I was destined to end up here. I had no way of finding out who the skeleton belonged to. So left it there. The top of the tower. And retreated into thought. Wait, you left it up there? And when you went up there with Giselle, the skeleton wasn't there anyway? Okay. When you realized, like, Giselle was somewhere around, you're like, we gotta stuff our skeletons in the closet somewhere. Like, okay. Why wasn't it there? The skeleton literally just, I don't know, dusted and just died? Just turned into dust when you weren't looking or something like that? Just dissolved into the walls and ceiling, I guess? What? I wondered to myself, how had the one-armed person died? How had they felt locked in that room? Staring up at that sole window, so far out of reach. But the only thing they would have seen was the sky and the occasional bird. Had they yearned for more light? Or had they come to despise the tiny patch of it that tricked into the room? Had they been some sort of wicked criminal, imprisoned for wrongdoing? Not all prisoners are necessarily bad people. Having been branded with a non-existent curse, I couldn't help but think that perhaps something similar had happened to whoever they were. Vainly reaching out for the sun, constantly praying for rescue that would never come. What had gone through their mind as they withered away? Would anyone ever come for me? My brothers keep their word? For as long as they can, but they'll never meet you again or never see you in person ever again. And either Amy cut wind of it and sent people out, or you basically just said to your mom, I'm a man, deal with it, and she's like, yeah, no, you're no longer my child anymore, and just sent after you. So technically, I guess in a roundabout way, they didn't keep their word, but it wasn't their fault. So, or would I years from now end up another pile of dry bones somewhere in this house? Yeah, that. Unwanted and alone, robbed of all hope, with no one but the darkness to talk to as it sunk its teeth deeper and deeper into me. That corpse could be me in the future. Didier, Jorge, did you really send me here to keep me hidden? Or is this to be my grave? Can I put my faith in you? Can I trust you when you say I'll be able to return? That everyone will happily accept me. They'll all be together again. They'll play chess, they'll draw pictures, and that nobody will be left out. What I really wanted was for people to accept me for who I was. To accept that I was a man. No, that I'd grown to resemble a man. They had the heart of a man. Didn't need anything else. Didn't want to cause anyone anguish. Didn't want to hate anyone. No, I think you can hate one person. I simply wished to be who I was. No, who I wanted to be. I didn't want to be treated like it was strange or different. That was asking too much. At the very least, I wanted to have one person in my life who truly understood me. Didier, Jorge, I pray that you can be that for me. Lurking quietly in the mansion's all-encompassing darkness, I waited and hoped the day might arrive when I could come out of hiding. And years passed. However, 1 or 2, 3 years later, I had still not been set free. Only my mother wrote me. Only her, and not Jorge and Didier again. Wow. In all her letters, she said the same thing. When your curse is broken, come back home, sweetheart. When your curse is broken, I want you back in my life. When your curse is broken, everything will be back to normal. I wait expectantly the day you're free of that terrible curse. The curse would never be broken, though. What I was now was what I was meant to be. All the time I'd spent as a girl, none of that was real. Dear said he didn't think I was cursed. My brothers didn't think I was some hellish demon child, and no letters were exchanged at all between them. Wow, it's like nothing actually had changed at all. Nothing has changed. So no, the curse would never be broken, because there was no curse to break. I wasn't cursed at all. There was no damned curse. The flow of time eroded away at me, slowly killing any confidence I had once had, sucking me dry of all trust for others and myself. With enough time, I started questioning my own beliefs about what I was. I started thinking that perhaps I was cursed. Much like they had the Bollinger estate, the servant who came by every month did his best to avoid making eye contact. Beyond just bringing me food, he was also checking out on me, making sure I didn't attempt to run away. And every month, he probably went back and told Mother the same thing, that my curse had still not been broken. Do you have the answers I seek, oh Father in heaven? Apparently fucking not. If you do, I ask you to guide me. Please tell me what I am. If I truly am cursed, perhaps you could tell me how much my soul weighs too. That's a different religion. I think that's more Egyptian. Probably not very much. Anubis. I spent enough time alone in the dark mansion to drive anyone mad. The more time I passed, the more I grew to question myself, my worth as a human being. And whenever the self-doubt and loathing became too much to take, I trekked up to the top of the observation tower to see the light. And again, the parallels and illusions between Morgana and Michel ripen ever deeper and deeper. There's a lot of stories that do the whole villain hero thing and have more common than they think. Like that's technically just good interesting writing, honestly. But if you just only do it without understanding the reasons why it's there, you had the similar experiences as me, but we ended it differently in that sort of sense. So they're just meant to be contrasts of I guess either a cautionary tale of how things could be different if you were in their shoes. Then yeah. But again, the whole cliche process of we're the same, you and I, without literally just any explanation or showcasing of that, then it just becomes hollow and nothing. Yeah, this works. Works really well. Sitting there on the hard floor, I placed my hand on the skeleton's leg, its shoulder, its hand. You doing good up here, bud? Okay. Besides the bones, whoever it was appeared to have been young when their life withered away. Poor child. Even I feel blessed compared to you. Oh, how miserable it must have been, locked away up in this tower. To have your arm mercilessly severed. You have my pity, though. I alone shall mourn your death. And I alone shall take comfort in your presence. You poor, poor child. By pretending to pity someone who had it worse than me, I was able to feel somewhat better about myself. Because if I was in a position to pity someone else, then conversely I was in a position to be pitied. And when Morgana woke, she realized that and I hated you for all eternity. Vainly, foolishly trying to convince myself of a lie. I spent hours, days alone in the tower, holding the dry bones in my arms. Now there was a sight to lend credence to my alleged madness. Over time, the air in the mansion seemed to thicken, as the fog were condensing. Water pushed out of the air, swallowing me up, suffocating me. Putrid mire. I was trapped at the bottom, this thick, black sludge. Soon, I lost track of the passage of time. My only landmarks being the dates on Mother's letters. Before I knew it, 8 years had passed. What the hell is this? I hadn't heard my own voice in so long and almost forgotten what it sounded like. It was delivery that day, but it wasn't the usual package. The servant was instead carrying a large, rectangular object draped in cloth. Oh yay, it's the start of these! I really want to know what the fucking the context of that all was. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, it's the mom actually making fucking paintings? And again, I'm curious about the whole thing with Michel, like, in the actual, like, purgatory side of the mansion, like, talking to someone through that, in that painting, saying, like, please forgive me, I was a painter or something like that. Like, what is the context of that? The sound of it from this point, they, like, the painter or whatever else, the person in the painting, never really met Michel? If like if they were who they thought they were, unless that painter was, I don't know, that one guy that we barely knew about from the very first door with Mel and Nelly. Okay, I still understand that part. Trimming down to my hands, he said the regular supplies would be here in a couple days, and then ran off. Presumably, he was afraid to spend any more time than necessary with the cursed man. You know, by this point, if it's the same person all this time, then literally after 8 years, you would think he would get accustomed, but no. He just allows the fear into his heart, which good for him. Wow. He's, fucking living his best life, apparently, then. Wow. Wow. But I didn't bother to say anything about it. And it was a waste of breath. I was not inclined to hold it against him. He didn't want to look me in the eye, to exchange words. All I could reasonably do was sit back and bear it. As long as I kept my mouth shut, the man could do his job in peace. And again, there's the whole thing of, like, if you're being oppressed, honestly, what can you even fucking do? Like, either fight back, honestly, or just peacefully take it, because, again, it's the whole, what was it, Gandhi trap thingy again, for, like, protests and activism, honestly. Again, the Doing the Studio video did a really good job about it. Like, cause, like, either way, like, you're trying to change someone else's mind, like, what? Like, what actually would even fucking change their mind, honestly? Especially with someone who has, like, more warped, like, ideals or views, honestly. How can you? By the candlelight, I began unwrapping the package the servant had delivered. From within, a sheet of parchment fell to the floor. Inside the package was a painting. Just looking at it, couldn't tell what it was. Aside from the fact it was a portrait of a woman. I knew those brushstrokes, though. They were very distinctly Jorge's. The woman depicted had white hair. Oh, it's even worse that it's actually you. Was that person in the painting in the purgatory literally him? Wow, that's more fucked up, actually. White hair. That was a flash. A fresh jolt of the pain had nearly faded away. The half-dozen needles piercing my chest. So much blood had spilled from these gouges I'd long since lost any sensation of pain, but now was back. Jorge, you didn't... My whole body froze. The blood in my veins came to a halt. I couldn't breathe. I was drowning in a pool of imaginary water. I crouched down to pick up the sheet of parchment. It was a letter, in Mother's handwriting. The first line read, as it did in all our correspondence, "My beloved daughter, Michel. Every day I pray that your curse might be broken, but lately I've come to think that perhaps the reason you remain cursed is because you have forgotten what you're supposed to be. So long you've spent in that cursed form, it's a little surprising you lose sight of yourself. How can you return to your old true self if you do not remember what that is? So I asked Jorge to paint you a picture. Help you break free the curse. You're a beautiful young woman, my dear Michel. I presume you've already seen the painting. It's lovely, wouldn't you agree? The flowing white hair and the skin like glass. Oh yeah, Jorge really liked making this painting. Burn it. Burn them all. Those deep, enchanting red eyes. Oh wow. Those slender fingers and modest, feminine frame. You just keep fucking projecting, apparently. Those soft lips. It's not you when you're younger, though. Wow, you want me to be a fucking perfect little child for you, Instead, I had imagined him what you would look like now. That's what you look like when your curse is broken. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my gosh, isn't that spectacular? Don't you want that, Michel? Don't you? Imagine it. Imagine it. Envision yourself. Your true fucking self. Remember who you are, my child. Remember. Recall your true self. I wait eagerly until the day you come back to me. I look as beautiful as you do in this painting. My dear sweet Michel, and I asked fucking Nori to make more paintings for this and send it in the mail. Yeah. This is you. Fuck you, no. This is the real you. No, you has to be capitalized. Why? God. You're beautiful, my little girl. And I love you too. That awful fuss all those years ago, we can pretend none of that ever happened. Forget all the dreadful things that the curse made you. Become the girl you used to be, the girl you were meant to be, so you can once more have your family. I am waiting. I am forever waiting for you. Well, you're apparently gonna wait forever then if you can't even accept this simple fact, and you're deluding yourself. Again, why, like, I guess you hung it up because the doubt got to you even more. Again, why the fuck did they not, like, I like how you drilled into them, like, we don't talk at all. Like, and they don't even send letters to you anymore. So it's literally just, yeah. So, like, what? Your mom was like, oh, I'll read all Jorge and Didier's, like, letters, like, because I want to know what's going on with my daughter. Like, literally, you couldn't think of a system so, like, like, you could actually talk to each other without anything else happening. No, it's literally just gonna be the same thing again. The only thing is different is that oh, now there's a bigger distance between us. Now, literally, either you get over your curse, you get over your affliction, you get over this phase, or you don't come back at all. So it was fucking another show anyway. I don't even care. I don't even care if, like, they were actually being sincere, honestly. They kind of just show by, action so far that they don't really care anyway. So, yeah. The letter ended there, leaving me with a woman in the painting staring back at me. Her eyes seemed to insist that I was not me, that she was the real me. I was nothing more than a fraud, laughing at me, scoffing at me for ever thinking I was anything but female, mocking me for stubbornly insisting I wanted to be a man. The pain in my chest swelled, spilling from my mouth in grunts and moans. And then... ah! I screamed from the bottom of my lungs. Why? 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 I yanked at my hair. Why, Jorge? I sent the painting against the floor. You said I could believe in you. You swore to the god of art. So why? Why would you do this to me? You said yourself you didn't think I was cursed. You ignored me as your brother. You know this isn't me, so why? Why would you make this? I've been waiting for so long. I've been trusting you and Didier. I trusted you. I believed you'd always support me. Was that a lie? Deep down, you really think I'm cursed just like Mother? And that's why you haven't written to me. Why haven't you answered my letters? Where'd my faith get me? Why'd you even help me escape? There might be a thing I just forgot where I'm, like, what was it? They never got any of his letters, but, like, even if still, like, fuck off. Like, fuck them all. Was it all for show? Was my execution just a lie? An excuse for me to send me somewhere far away? Well, was it? Tell me, Jorge. Tell me the truth. What about you, Didier? Where do you stand? This isn't real. My voice is getting hoarse. I didn't have the strength to hold it in. Everything came spilling out of me, squeezed out by the phantom water. And the white-haired girl in the painting just stared back at me, smiling. I bit down my lip as hard as I could. And actually thinking about it even more, it probably makes it even a bit weirder, honestly, thinking about it, like, oh. Wait, is this weird thing of, like, what was it, Giselle put this mansion again because, like, what was it, it was the dad's orders, so, like, so the same way the mom, like, put, Michel at the mansion, like, what was it, the dad put Giselle there as well, so they both are hiding, like, something from the other, like, I guess, parent, I guess, okay? I bit down my lip as hard as I could. Metallic taste spread through my mouth, drops of blood trickled to the floor. Pulling a knife I used to open the monthly deliveries from my waistband. It lifted it high into the air, gathering what remained of my strength. This isn't me! And slashed the woman's face with it. This isn't me. This isn't me. I'm not this woman. I am a man. Carved into it. This is not how I look. With everything I had. Don't Don't try to raise who I really am. Don't call me repulsive. Don't say I'm an abomination. I tore into that smile, contempt surging from every slash. This woman isn't real. I wanted to curse the whole damned world. Every last thing. This wretched mire that had become my life. My brothers were happily going about their lives. I suffered here in the darkness. My delusional mother for refusing to acknowledge who I was. My father for trying to have me killed. Amy for making me realize I was a man, and for torturing me for coming out about it. Everyone. I didn't care anymore. I want everyone who had ever wronged me to suffer the way I had. I can make that happen. Oh, well, you're waiting for your exact true moment. After all the time, spending time in the tower, the evilness of you and your like a spirit from the skeleton. I've been thinking about it, Michel holding a skeleton for so long, actually, for over several years. Wow, it just went to you then. Okay, wow, I just transferred over. A voice rang out. I can curse them for you, my dear. It was a woman's voice, muffled, like there were several walls between me and her. Who's there? I swept up my candlestick, thrusting it forward to the sides behind me, but there was no one else around. Give it a little thought. It's not that difficult. And when you figure it out, come to me. I've been waiting for so long for someone like you. Someone with such hatred for the world. I want to know who you are. How could you not, my dear? You visited me so many times. Held me in your arms, whispered, poor child, into my ear again and again. What? No, that's not possible. I see. I finally truly lost my mind. If that's what you wish to believe, that's your choice. But the way I see it, if you truly lost your mind, you wouldn't be in so much pain. The voice, still muffled and unclear, seemed to be coming from somewhere far away and very close by at the same time. Find your way to me, and open the door once more. Let me out of my cage. Give me your hand. I knew in the back of my mind that it was all absurd. Nonetheless, I did as the voice said, and let myself be drawn in by the pleasant whispers. The archangel stood proudly upon his glass perch, looking down at me. His gaze almost seemed judgmental. I marched the tower, unconcerned. Literally, by this point, if, like, the whole thing about, like, him, what was it, agreeing to the deal with Sane, honestly, is the thing that's on this angel's mind, then, that's their fault for him, allowing all these events in his life to come to pass, so, he made it, so he basically just made Sane's deal all the more alluring than anything else in normal life, so, it's kind of all your fault, so you, everyone, fate and destiny and all of that, yeah. For so long I've been waiting for the day I would be rid of this darkness. The day someone would truly set me free. When we arrived at this house, I felt the hands of fate at work. That you were led here, that you were meant to come to this place. You've been through so much to get here. I know your pain. I know how it feels to be locked up, to be tortured and used for others' gain. You were the only one to ever have pity for me, and I shall be the only one to have compassion for you. You are the only one to stay at my side, and I shall do the same for you. You can give me life again. You can resurrect me. Now, open the door, Michel. I felt like I was no longer in control of my own body. Her voice was tender in a way unlike either mother's or Amy's. Enticingly so. Standing at the top of the observation tower, I pushed open the door. And the first thing I saw was the rays of light shining through the window. And nothing else. The skeleton definitely did seep into the very fabric of the mansion. It went into the walls and ceiling. Thank you for opening the door. It was empty. The skeleton, which had been sitting there as long as I had been at this house, hugging it at every fiber of being instead of, burying it and, giving it proper rest, honestly, at any point, had vanished without a trace. I spun around, my gaze darting back and forth across the chamber. There was no one there. Check into the bed, check in the closets. Maybe the skeleton wanted to wander over there, rattling its bones. Only her voice whispering in my ear. You made this possible. You gave me the chance to have my revenge. Revenge? Now I can make those men suffer a hell even worse than the one they put me through. Constant, everlasting despair. Their flesh may turn to dust, but so long as their souls live on, their torture will know no end. The tenderness in her voice crumbled away, leaving only raw loathing behind. She then let out a half-muffled cackle. Who are you? Oh, you poor dear, they locked you up here without telling you whose house it was. You sad, pathetic thing. That's exactly the kind of person I needed. You're not the witch, are you? That I am. I am the cursed witch, who loathes this puny, wretched world and curses it. And my name is Morgana. Morgana. I assumed the witch was nothing but a legend, tale. If you don't believe me, I'll be happy to show you. Let's see. I can place a curse on someone you have a grudge against. Drive them down into dark abyss. I would say Amy probably the biggest one actually right now. Please do that. Please do her first. You're the one who granted me freedom after all. Sympathized with me, pitied me, appreciated me. You happily embraced my filthy corpse. And for that, I'll grant you your wish. Wishes can come true, Michel. If you wish upon a star, your dreams can indeed come true. Much the same way I was able to come back to life. If you remain steadfast in your desires, they will become reality. For devotion and yearning are the fountain from which miracles spring. I cannot leave the mansion's grounds, but that is a minor inconvenience. Tell me who you wish to curse, and I can lead them here. I can force the cross you were made to bear onto them. I believe my power to perform miracles, because you made my miracle a reality. So tell me, my dear, who will be first? Oh, what was it? Maria actually just meant to be the reincarnation of Amy, actually? Huh. Your second brother, he made that ridiculous painting. Ridiculous is the too light of a word to use here. Jorge. Shall we kill him? He deserves at least that. He brought you more than enough pain. But if you would rather, you could curse your mother instead. Well, there's that too. Or the one who set you on this path. Or perhaps you would prefer your father. With him gone, you could return home. Ask and I'll perform a miracle for you. I didn't think she was lying either. As ridiculous as the whole affair sounded, the skeleton had disappeared from the tower, and I was hearing disembodied voice, so had to be some truth to it. Honestly, yeah, I would believe the same thing there. But beyond that, the voice seemed to have a sort of magnetism to it. If magic truly did exist in this world, then her words were laced with it. Its power in her voice. Something that repelled any instinct I might have had to doubt the things she said. So I, on the verge of losing my grasp on reason altogether, believed every word the witch said. I wanted to curse them. To curse my brothers, mother, father, Amy. And the witch was saying I could do precisely that. What would it be, my dear? There is no price. I don't require a sacrifice or a dark ritual before my magic. I simply wish to show my gratitude. I want you to have that which you desire. Who do you want to curse? The witch's sweet whispers hung in the air for a brief moment before wisping away. All the muscles of my body tensed up. I felt woozy, like the floor was wobbling beneath me. It took everything I had not to fall over. Who did I want to curse? Oh, and you are welcome to choose more than one. Oh, it's a big old pile. Let's go down a big old revenge to-do list. All of them, even. I could curse them, and the witch would kill my family. I would be free. No, I had been born female. Why don't you become the new head of the state? Who would I curse? Who would I kill? Didier? Jorge? Mother? Father? Amy? Amy especially. All of them. They had exiled me to this place. Have your revenge. A black butterfly fluttered across the room's single shaft of light. As I stared absently up at it, dozens of memories, of emotions, flashed through my mind. But in the day, we're family. We can get past anything. With enough time, everything will go back to the way it was before, just like I did for myself and Jorge. I don't understand. Why would I think about them now? They've abandoned me, left me in the room for 2 years and left me here for 8 more. I don't care whether I'm alive or dead. So why should I... Have you made up your mind? I have... Then tell me, my dear. Who would it be? Even if you don't want to, like, decide to not, like, curse those two, why not anyone else? Why not anyone else? Again, I'm egging you on, as I'm, the definitely not voice of reason here. Definitely not. Who will you curse? No one. I cannot curse anyone, Morgana. Like, what was it? I've seen plenty of revenge stories where, people, like, get consumed by their anger, honestly, but, like, I would say in some respects, honestly, if you just attack the person who wronged you, and it's made abundantly clear why, anyone who goes against that is kind of in the wrong. But like, if it's literally like one of those revenge stories where like you don't explain yourself at all, or you just kill people on the way, make sure you get to your targets, then there, of course, you're wrong there. But again, if you're only targeting the people who sincerely, definitely wronged you, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think so at all. Surely you jest. I know just how much you wish to see them dead. I felt all your hatred, your despair. And you mean to tell me you can't curse them? Amy's not family, though. Amy's not family, though, Michel. Amy's not family. Let me get a microphone. She's not family. Even her sister-in-law. She's not family. It struck me just now. I can't do that to family. But she's not blood-related. I cannot curse my own family. This is the family that cast you aside, labeled you cursed, made you suffer for years, and locked you away in this remote mansion. And they don't even feel the slightest bit of remorseful about any of it. I understand that. I know that they don't give the same weight to their words as I do. I figured that out long ago. I know I'm alone in my prayers, that they don't want the same things I do. I trusted them more than they ever deserved. So why then can't I curse them? Because I don't want to hate them. I don't want to bring them suffering. On the contrary, I want them to be happy. You have no place in happiness, though. Is it happiness that rests upon your misfortune? Why then should you not drag them down so you can find respite for yourself? I'll find no respite by cursing them. How can you be so sure of that, my dear? I most certainly found a great deal of it myself. I mean, what was it? Probably, like, doing it over and over again to someone else would definitely just be, like, more cruel than anything else it's worth. But, like, probably after, like, maybe 1 or 2 times, like, what happened with the people that actually, like, put you, like, probably years and months of torment, and, like, in here, this tower, Morgana, like, probably, yeah, like, maybe, like, once or twice of, like, another, like, maybe a lifetime of, like, pain and suffering. Maybe just one would just be enough, but, like, I wouldn't say it repeatedly over and over again. Like, just having, like, a little thing of, here's a lifetime of, like, badness and horribleness just for them. There's their little tragedies and, like, their cursed fates, and, they're stuck like this forever now. And then if the reincarnation is a thing, either they pass over, and make a new life and see what they make of it. And if they do wrong again, then I'm keep doing that cycle again until they fucking learn, or they actually manage to fucking change in their lives, honestly. But yeah, like, punish someone for, like, what they did that's wrong, and then if they, like, punish them, like, equally for what they did wrong, they'll have a chance, and if they keep mucking it up, then, like, still do it in kind. Yeah. Well, that's how I look at it. I most certainly found a great deal of it myself. You're trying to follow your conscience. I can see that. That good is superficial, and all it does is shackle you. Remove the shackles. Everything's so much easier. Let your hatred consume you, young one. Let the dark force take over you. Succumb to the dark side. Nothing you say convinced me to kill my family. Why not someone who isn't family, then? Surely you can think of one person you'd like to see dead. Yeah, why not Amy? Oh, I most certainly can. I could kill her a dozen times and it wouldn't be enough. But just because I would be happy with her death, doesn't mean there aren't people who'd be sad to lose her. And again, like, maybe, like, what was it, for them, sure, but, like, what was it, for Jorge and stuff like that, again, cheated, and then Lily, like, even if, like, Jorge and Diddy actually do care about you, if they truly do care, and, like, they're actually being blocked from your mom to, like, interact any turn, or, like, kind of forced into, like, painting that, even if that's the case, Amy's still dead to you, so, I don't, like, sure. Maybe for some people that we don't know about Amy, that she actually did help and is like like, I guess, a sort of savior mentor for them. Like, maybe sure they would be rightfully mad about her passing, or like very sad and grief stricken by that. But I don't know about Jorge though. Okay, I don't know about that. Remove any one person from that group and the whole thing could come crashing down, all because I couldn't restrain my own hatred. Your concern for them will devour you. Don't think I'm not aware of that. You aren't. You don't know that at all. The only reason you give them any consideration is because, deep down, you still have hope. I mean, there's also the whole thing, again, I've seen in stories of, like, someone being a martyr, or, like, one to be so nice they want everyone to be fine. Like, even the people who've done absolutely horrible things, which there is some virtue in that, but, like, it comes down to the point, like, I came to the realization a while ago, like, how often do you do that before, like, it justifies you not having any happiness for yourself at all? Because, again, I think it's fine for people to be a bit selfish themselves, actually prioritize their own happiness. I mean, like, if you don't, then I'm kind of distrustful of that person if they're just being completely and utterly, selfless the entire life. I would feel like I would be disconcerted about that, actually. Like, they almost have, like, the most saintly god complex ever, or they have something else up their sleeve, and, yeah, just no. Just no, I don't trust those people. That was everything about them. They have no flaws or whatsoever thinking about it anyway, or no slight doubts, anything like that. Like, I would just be so weirded out by them at all. The only reason you gave them any consideration is because, deep down, you still have hope. But hope is a way of forsaking those who give it a home. But also, you have a problem. You need to take care of it before it kills you. Yeah, you definitely find some outlet for those kind of emotions, honestly. Like, everyone needs to have that at some point. But yeah, constructively. You and I, we were cut from the same cloth and stitched together in the same patchwork? Wow. Well, you may still care for your family now. In time, you will come to curse them. Consider that a warning, Michel. Your hatred, your curse, it's what brought me back to life, and there is no getting around that. We do have plenty of time, though. No need to rush to a decision. I'll show you what it is you truly desire, deep, deep down. And I'll show you again and again until you finally acknowledge it. The black butterfly hovering by the window disappeared, and the witch's voice grew distant, overwhelmed. I collapsed to the floor unconscious. Had I really said what I did out of love for my family? Or was I just afraid of crossing that line? Was Morgana right? Was my heart now home to a terrible monster? If I'd actually had resurrected the witch with my hatred, maybe that was what I was now. Darkness seeped down over me once more, and I was once again encased in a pool of despair. Slowly, ever so slowly, it wore away at me, eroding me into nothing. If I didn't come up for air, my sin would take the witch's offer. Cackling like a demon, I would place a curse on someone. I would kill them. Reviving her was a mistake I never should have made. And not for the greater good or anything so noble. I would have, like, literally just been very disappointed if you just said that for greater good. No. Every time she spoke, a little more my spirit died. And from that day on, Morgana's voice became a constant fixture in my life.